Okay, so this is just to go through the personal Xero Cashbook, and I'm going to go through how to reconcile your bank account. Now, there's a number of videos that we've created in kind of the range so you can use the personal cash flow, the personal Xero Cashbook for your personal budgets. Now, I'm just going to get rid of the camera, but at least you can see who it is now. I'll get rid of this now so that I can go through it with you. So let's have a look at how do you reconcile your bank account. Now, you would have already added, or we would have assisted you with getting your bank account into your Xero file here. It won't have the X's there. It'll have your bank account number and details. You might call it bank NAB and your last 4 digits or whatever that code is. So we've created some, I guess you could say, dummy transactions here to go through and show you these different transactions. Now, I did go in, and so I have created a few things that will actually show you what is coming through. So we have here, for example, and this is coming straight through from your bank statement, and now you're trying to reconcile and match it. Now, when you do actually create, or you train your Xero and you create rules, you'll end up with a situation like this. And my goal is to end up with lots of OKs because you've taught Xero what to do and you've created the rules. So this particular transaction, you've paid one of your kids' pocket money. So you've got pocket money here. Now, I've already created a rule. I'm going to show you how to do that. But I've created a rule, and I've called that child 1, which is actually telling it. Now, I can tell it not to apply the rule, but this is basically the pocket money has gone to the children. I have pocket money here of $17, and that has gone to the other child. It's actually being grouped all together. If I'm happy with that, I know that I've created that rule. I'm going to say okay. And what you want to get to is a point where you actually get a lot of that already made up. Now, you can you've just got here a deposit on your rental property for Frankston. Now, I know that I have actually gone in on the chart of accounts and looked that up. You've got 2 options here. You could do real estate agent here. That's the contact. And you could put actually here, now I know that I've put Frankston in as in, I've added it, investment property Frankston. I'll show you in another video how to change that chart of accounts. But you can either do that, and then every time, Xero will learn every time, and then you can click OK. But we have another alternative as well. So I've got salary. So I'll do that for salary and wages, and I'll show you what we do with salary and wages. For example, we can actually create a bankroll. To create a bankroll, you go into there. We've got, this one's a receive money, and you've got any conditions must match. Now, one thing I like to change is this condition equals, I would say contains. And then in this case, it's already brought forward that salary and wages. Here you could put, and I'm just going to call it employer is the company. And I've added that as now a client. Now you can actually split this. Now this is wages, so 100% is just going to go to the one account, but you do have the opportunity to allocate percentages, or in this case, just add a new line, account, and then the amount. We will have here wages, account. I'm just going to go wages, primary, no tax, and 100% is going to go there. Now, one thing, set the reference. I always change this to from the reference. Otherwise, it's quite painful, to be honest. Now, this add bankroll, I usually would say I just do it on all accounts so that it doesn't matter, especially when it comes to, for example, expenses in relation to, say, fuel. Do all accounts means if you pay for it with direct deposit or like with your ATM card, or whether you pay for it with credit card, it's all going to be picked up, and then save. Now, what that's going to mean, oh, actually, I don't need that one, so I'll get rid of it. What's that's going to mean is I go back to my bank transactions here, and it's picked up salary and wages, and it's picked up that rule, so I can click. What it does mean, you can see, again, the pocket money has picked up, so I can click. This is where you get really happy clicking. I had created a rule before for Aldi when I was kind of running through this, so we can click that. Aldi's going to the groceries. Now, there will be another wages, and see now it keeps coming up every time now. I don't need to think about it. I can just click on those wages. When I've got another one here, payment by authority to Telstra, again, I can create a rule. So let's create a rule for this one, because we know that we spend money at Telstra on a frequent basis. Condition, I always change it to contains. I would do here, we want it to contain, and I'm not going to put those digits in because that could change, Telstra. And then I'm going to add this as a new contact, Telstra, and I will just do here, telephone, telephone. Oh, that's investment property. I need to, what you can do just on the chart of accounts, you can kind of print it up or download it so that you've got it handy. Once you get to know where everything goes, you'll be fine. But, you know, here we go. Home phone, it's probably a mobile because no one's got a home phone. But anyway, from the reference, and then again, I would do it on all accounts, and that's your Telstra. Now that saves, and then that way, that'll save for this particular transaction, but every time you have a Telstra bill, that will come up as well. Dividends, so we've got here BHP, we're not getting dividends all the time. I'm going to add that as a contact. I'm just going to go dividend, and this might be a franked dividend that I've received here. I've got my Woolworths here. So again, this might be one I also want to create a bankroll for Woolworths, because I might say, well, I actually go there quite a bit. So it contains, again, I might not want all of that detail, and I will just go to Woolworths, and I've got Woolworths there. Groceries, okay, I think it's supermarket, yes. Okay, and 100% from the reference, and then again, all accounts. So it doesn't matter which money I spend it on, it's going to come through on that case. So we go through, and then again, that one's going to be recorded. I've got the pocket money, I've got my Aldi, I've got there, we've got real estate. Okay, this is our investment property, Mornington. So we can just go real estate. Okay, and I'm just going to put, I know that I've actually put the name Mornington in there, and click child. And then we have others transfers, but I'll do that in a separate video. So that's kind of how we reconcile and go through. Here we have private health here. So private health fund, whatever that fund is. I'll add it as a new contact. Medical, doctor's medical. There you go. Or it will be under there. And so then cash, I often do that here. Cash, if you've taken it out of the bank there. We've got origin. Again, that could be another one that you would also set up. Friend present. Okay, so I might just then in this case, I might just do present. Put it down to gift. If you want to put the name down, it's up to you. And so basically you're going through and then trying to reconcile all of those transactions. I will have other videos that I'll go through different aspects of it.